things off and running?
They are off and running. It's been a little bit of a whirlwind this past week, but it has just been a fantastic week.
Coached a lot of colleges, now going to the NFL. Just how do you just foresee this challenge and kind of adapting to new stuff in the NFL?
Yeah, I think anytime that you get into a new position, and whether it's college to college or college to NFL, there's going to be new challenges with terminology and how we call things and technique and getting to know new players. Obviously, going from the college game to the NFL does present some unique challenges as well, and I'm really excited to take those on.
I was talking with Hayden Gilliam, who was mentioning that you are really good at finding plans for guys and then developing and keeping on that plan. How do you kind of look at development now that you're in the NFL with an offensive line that you're just getting to know and trying to do that?
Yeah, I think the number one thing that you have to do relative to development is really build a level of trust with them all. And that's something that it's not just given. It's something that you need to go out and earn. And once you have that trust and you can truly be honest with them, then to me you can really develop a plan that's going to allow them to be successful.
You have a couple, you said learn some new players. You have a couple of people here that you've already coached before, Connor Beebe being one of them.
Cooper Beebe?
Sorry.
Yep.
Can you talk a little bit about just your relationship with him and just watching his development?
Yeah, it's kind of a unique story where Cooper was actually in high school when I took the Kansas State job and when we as a staff took the job, and he initially was going to be a defensive lineman, and his dad jokes to this day he was wondering why I came to that home visit when we were recruiting him. So his transition to offensive line and just how he attacks everything every single day, and you guys, it's well documented. You know, this is his first year truly playing center, and how well he was able to do. That's just who he is as a young man, just continues to attack things.
Can you speak to that in terms of being a center first year? You had him at K-State, All-American right there at the guard position. Do you anticipate him maybe going back there? Are you going to keep him at center? What are the plans?
Yeah, I think that one of the great things about Cooper Beebe is his versatility. And yes, he was a two-time All-American at guard for us at Kansas State, but he started games at tackle, at right guard, right tackle, left guard, and left tackle. So that versatility that he does have does really give us a great opportunity of finding the best fit for everybody up front.
Why did you decide to coach in the pros?
Well, when you have an opportunity with this organization that is the most prestigious organization in all of sports, how do you not jump at that? When you look at the success of this organization over the years and coaching at the highest level, and really, you know, to a point earlier of challenging yourself to take on, you know, what is different and to get uncomfortable and to just be that much better. So it was, to me, it was a no-brainer.
What are you seeing in Tyler Guyton?
I see a tremendous talent who has not, quite honestly, been playing offensive line very long. And, you know, the sky is truly the limit for a young man like that. And there's going to be a process that's going to be involved with it. There's going to be a lot of hard work that's going to be involved with it. He and I are just getting to know one another, but he has a tremendous skill set.
Is part of it switching? He was a right tackle mainly. Excuse me, left tackle. Right tackle when he switched over to the left side.
Yeah, I think that always presents some challenges. But even if you look at him from his high school into initially going to TCU, you know, he was playing tight end, you know, and then any time that when a coaching change occurs and you do transition from one school to the next, there's that whole next learning curve as well. So I think he's a tremendous young man, and my interactions with him, and am really excited to get to work with him.
What kind of mentality do you want out of your offensive lineman?
Well, and I think it's very well known that we need to have a physical identity, and we need to have the want to. And the grit that it takes to play that particular position. So the mentality is, and I was talking to a few of the guys yesterday, we are going to control the controllables, okay? How well we communicate, how hard we play, how physical we are. Those are things in my mind that we are 100% in control of, and that's the mentality that I want to go into this with.
Conor. Patrick Walker, DallasCowboys.com.
Hi, Patrick.
Obviously, as the offensive line coach, you're going to have collaboration with the running backs room and the running backs coaches. And you coached Deuce Vaughn to great success at Kansas State, reuniting with him in the Cowboys uniform. What are some of Deuce's skill sets that made him so talented under you that you can kind of help this running backs room and get him to where he needs?
Yeah, I think one of the things that makes Deuce so special is he is truly a pro's pro. And the way that he prepares and the way that he studies the game, how quickly he was able to be impactful for us at Kansas State. And that was in 2020, which was a challenge in itself, just really makes him so dynamic.
You never coached alongside Clayton Adams, but I think you even followed him at Sac State, and you guys have known each other for a while. What about your guys' relationship now that you're kind of coaching together, and what do you?
It is fantastic, and I look at myself as what I believe anybody should look at themselves as someone who's continuing to grow. And yes, Clayton and I have had a relationship, for the previous, I guess, going on 12, 13 years, even though it's been afar. When I was coaching at North Dakota State, I wanted to do professional development. First phone call I made was Clayton Adams. And, he invited me to stay at his house and cooked me dinner one night. I think it was at about midnight, when we were finished up. But the opportunity to continue to learn and to grow and collaborate with Clayton is something that, again, made this opportunity just a perfect fit.
Coach, when Will McClay and some of the personnel department come in and say, all right, what are you looking for in offensive lineman so we know what to go on? What are you listing as some of your top line items?
Well, I think that, the measurables are always the first thing that everybody wants to talk to. But what is the makeup of that particular person? How tough are they? How physical are they? What kind of grit? When I'm sitting there watching film, okay, how do they finish? Are they stopping and watching, or are they covering down to the football? That's something that's really important to me. I tell guys all the time, the value, the measurement of value to this football team is going to be how close you are to the football, okay, when the play is dead. And that is something that, again, is so controllable. And, yes, absolutely, you got to have a particular skill set. You have to have the measurables. You have to have the athleticism, all those things. But we cannot overlook what the makeup of that person is.
I don't know if you had an opportunity yet to watch some of the film on Tyler Smith, but can you just talk about the type of player he is and how excited you are to coach someone of that caliber and what his ceiling might be at this level?
Yeah, I have had an opportunity to kind of dive in a little bit to Tyler, and when you look at his the physicality, the athleticism, his change direction, when Tyler hits something, it moves. Okay, that's one thing that I do know. It moves. So, and had an opportunity to meet with him the other day, and just a fantastic individual. And we discussed, there's some dominant things that he's doing right now, and there's a few things that he could probably tighten up. That, boy, that becomes pretty exciting.
If DJ Giddings is available, what do you tell Jerry and Steven about his talent and how he could fit in here?
Yeah, DJ is a young man who's a humble worker, and he's not a me guy. He's going to do whatever you ask of him. He's going to continue to prepare his vision, his physicality, and the way that he runs the game. I'm a huge fan of DJ Giddings.
Very early. I'm sorry.
That might be premature for me, but I think he's a heck of a player.
It's obviously very early in the process. But do you guys have a sense for what kind of vision of team you want to be on offense, your offensive identity yet?
Yeah, absolutely. And Coach Schottenheimer's talked about it. And it's going to be a physical identity. And, he's made it very clear that we have to win up front. And we have to win up front on both sides of the football. And then along with that, how do we take advantage of that physicality in utilizing play action game and getting the ball in the playmakers' hands?
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you guys very much.
Welcome to town.